we got to recognize it's brought and changed things since '76. The other main issue is that the billing is fair and equitable, and we have kept it at a minimum that we can keep it. I believe it's said $21 per first 2,000 gallons. And that's not only for Black Bottom, but that's uniform across our systems, whether it be Drive Ranch, Industrial Park, East Street, Terry Lane, whatever, it's all the same. So that's a requirement by the agencies that both state and federal that authorize funds for use of water.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the main point of the resolution. The issue is we're beginning here to, as our system grows, we're beginning to put more structure to the policies and procedures. And in essence, this is what the resolution is for. And is there a motion to accept the pending resolution with the addendum that we will let Ms. Neal work with the staff to give us flesh out the monthly report schedule and content?
I'll make the motion to accept the resolution.
I have a motion on the floor from Commissioner Ellis. Is there a second to that?
I second that motion.
Okay, sir. Are there any other points of discussion regarding what we've talked on here?
Well, Mr. Chairman, I would like to see the final analysis before I vote on this here. Because I don't want to just jump up and vote on something and wait till I get something else. I would like to see the whole resolution and what you're going to add on to it. I would like to see all that before I vote on that, because I might want to make some changes. I have to go about making some changes.
Commissioner Bryant, let me...
Mr. Chairman, can I say something? I don't know if this clears anything up, but if you look at 8.1 and 8.2 of this ordinance, it contemplates that the Board of Commissioners will from time to time establish rates and a schedule. It authorizes the board to do that, which would not necessarily have to be done by an amendment to this ordinance or by a change to the ordinance. It just authorizes y'all to do that and to establish schedules, rates, and so forth, which, you know, would need to be posted and you need to vote on it, but you can do that.
Right. What reference is that?
8.1 on page 9 and
Okay.
8.2, billings and collections.
Could that be added, Mr. Richardson, as a appendix?
It could, yes, it could.
That would be
Yeah.
appendix E.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for that clarity there. It's a, and from the standpoint of understanding that the board will have a full accessibility to the resolution to amend it and change it as the community sees the needs for, the board sees the needs for. I call the question if the motion is on the floor. Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Raise your right hand, please.
Abstain.
Aye.
Abstain,
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
We have three
Abstain, Chairman.
for one abstention. Thank you, sir. Let's move to the next item, and it's regarding the appointment for to replace Ms. Faye Fogarty from DFAC's Park Family Children's Board, and Ms. Fogarty from District 4. Do they have a motion or a nomination at this time?
First of all, I'd like to say that I wish Ms. Fogarty was here, but I'd like to thank her for her years of service. She served on that board for 23 years, very faithfully, and I think she's been very valuable, and she wishes not to be reappointed. I do have an appointment. Her name is Patricia Gallagher. She lives on Davis Road. And she does have a background with DFACs. Her mom retired from the Good County DFACs, in fact.
Okay.
And she has said that if appointed, she would serve.
Correct. So you nominate no. Okay. I'll second that. Any discussion regarding the nomination of appointment? Now I call the question of the motion. Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye or raise your right hand, please.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. We do appreciate the opportunity to have people serve on these boards, and thank her for accepting that appointment. Next item is review of the EDA grant. Do I have a motion in discussion there? Do I have a second?
Awesome.
Call the question, the motion, those in favor, let me know, say an aye or raise your right hand, please.
Aye.
Thank you. The EDA grant is the Economic Development Agency, which is Department of Commerce. Let me go back, it's probably 2.5 years old. We were awarded $1.5 million grant for sewage infrastructure. The grant has been used. The total expenditures out of it is probably 700 to 800,000 monies. The most recent drawdown was 163,000, which was plus back up into the Splosh 1 account. The monies was used out of Splosh 1's as matching funds. The issue, and the reason I brought it back to the board's attention this morning, is that Ms. Laura Mathis, who is the grant executor out of the Regional Commission, has informed us that the initial grant was at a 30% match as we drew down the money for usage. That is that the county used Splosh funds, other funds to use that $1.5 million for its purposes of putting in the sewerage and its entire system. She has indicated that she felt that the agency, the Economic Development Agency, would be favorable to move from a 36% match to a 50% match based upon the amount of progress and implementation of grant used, which would then allow the rest of the drawdown of the funds to continue the pump station and lines that are to interconnect the intersection, as well as enlarging the drain field for the sewage that we have presently at the center. As a courtesy to this board, I wanted the board to be informed and give a sort of a straw vote or head nod to the effort to going back to the agency and asking for that 50% or for that status change from 36% match to 50% match to afford this community to go forward with those funds. And so for that reason, it would not compromise anything at all. It would be simply an authorization of their change from a status which they can, they being the agency, Economic Development Agency, can do administratively. I had asked Ms. Laura Mathis to be here this morning. She had a conflict. She had a prior meeting scheduled with another, Houston County as a matter of fact, but I indicated to her that we would go ahead and because of the time frame, and present this to the board here and get your input on it and thoughts on it. So with that, I'd just like to get your input in terms of what the board's position would be.
Do we just let her know and then she'll take care of doing?
Yes ma'am, she will schedule, her recommendation is to schedule a trip to Atlanta to talk to the agency's office, which is located in Atlanta, and that from that she felt that they would be rendering a decision shortly. So she would be the focal point, yes ma'am.
So we just make a motion?
Yes ma'am, I'd like to have well, we put it in a motion. I'll accept a motion. Let's do it in terms of that, or that qualify it a little bit more than just a head
Do
nod.
you have one question though?
Go ahead, sir.
The money, if they are granted, they go back to the Splosh 1, is that right?
Commissioner Sampson, no, the Splosh, the 163,000 that was the last draw on that, which was last month. When I say the draw on that from the EDA, that was the billing that was given to the EDA, and they rendered that 163,000 that put the Splash One back to back to even as far as expenditure of funds to match their funds. So the funds that, if they go this route, those funds would be, again, deposited in the county's accounts under the EDA fund and used for the purposes, it'd have to be used for the purposes of the sewage infrastructure. But it would come strictly it would be the balance of that $1.5 million, which would be the dollar value. I don't have that figure right here in my hand. Ms. Mathis has that and all that folder with her. But,
That's fine, that's fine.
okay, sir. But,
Since you mentioned Splash One, and you said that that would be the method for our Splash One, that's the old Splash, no?
correct.
Now, how much, last time we saw that, did we have $162,000 in that Splash One? If we gonna match that, as you said, to come out that grant, that $162,000, do we have enough in that Splash One to match that $162,000?
Mr. Bryant, the $163,000 I mentioned is the monies that's already been used out of the Splash One to accomplish the pump station installation and the 12-inch feed across from 96 to the center back there. So it's a plus up
This
of
is the last
funds.
one.
That's the last one. Splash One,
So it's
that
2001.
was 324,000.
Yes, sir. So, and then now what you have
Are we
is,
adding to that Splash One?
yes, sir. You've used Splash One's funds because you had to use it as a match.
I know it, I know, but what I'm saying is that we are adding to that, Splash One fund, because we were taking money out of that Splash One, it would go down, now it's coming back up.
That's right.
Now, where is we're not collecting any money, so where is that money coming from?
I just shared it with you, sir. It's a reimbursement
Okay,
to the community from the Economic Development Agency. It's federal funds that's come back that was replacing the Splash One funds expended toward on the sewage. So the Splash One funds is, balance should be around 470,000. Should be, yeah,
Put that added back.
right.
how much did we use out of that Splash One fund for that project? Because it had more than one project in that Splash One.
Mr. Bryant, you're asking a question that is answerable, but we don't have all that data here in front of us. We can go back and pull it out and look at it. The funds have been used in multiple fashions. The resolution which identified the Splash One's use is established and well understood and been adhered to. What we've done, or what has been done, has been used funds to assist in bringing other grant monies together to accomplish the infrastructure of the sewage for the industrial park. And so this present effort in following through on the balance of the monies from the Economic Development Agency, I believe the question was, so how would it be used? It would be a fund monies that would come in and identified as a specific fund for a specific purpose. But those, in talking to our engineering, there is still need for other sewer lines and other capability of drip fuel for the plant that's established out there. And those funds will be used to follow through with those projects as this board identifies. So, did we have a motion on the floor to? Okay. See if Mr. Brown can get back. I'll give him just a second here, but we'll take I have a motion that we proceed with requesting the EDA to increase their contribution from 36 to 50%.
I'll make a motion to, ask EDA to increase their percentage from 36 to 50%.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Is there
That motion.
a second motion, Commissioner Sampson? Or any further comment or discussion regarding that effort? Here now, I call a question of the motion. Those in favor, let me know by raising your right hand or saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, sir. We'll